Okay guys, it is time for a new update on the Bitcoin price. As you guys know, Bybit was hacked for $1.5 billion and this sadly completely destroyed our bullish market structure that we have only built up a couple of hours prior to that. And yes, I entered into a new long position. Why did I do that? I will let you know in a couple of minutes. We will take a look at the charts and we will find out if this hack now actually, this black swan event actually is a catalyst for us to correct even lower as bullish market structure was destroyed, or if this actually was only a very nice chance to open up a new long position at lower prices. Once again, as always, make sure you smash up a like, don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell, I would highly appreciate it. And now before we jump into the charts, let's for a quick second talk about the Bybit hack. I mean, yes, Lazarus Group was behind it. It's a North Korean hacker group. How did they do it? They social engineered this hack. So, I mean, at the end of the day, what is social engineering? Technical hacks are very, very rare nowadays. It is almost impossible with the right security structures in place to hack something without actually compromising the people behind it. And this is actually also what happened here in a kind of way. Some insider must have leaked information, or Lazarus Group, through extensive research and probably maybe hacking some simpler things like email accounts, found out who are the people that are actually signing cold storage transactions at Bybit. They then compromised their devices. This also either through a very elaborate hack or through potentially even an insider that was inside of Bybit's private network, right? Because otherwise even this would be extremely difficult to infest all the PCs of all signees with malware. It's very difficult. It's highly unlikely that it only happened without the help of an insider. And at the end of the day, what happened then, and yes, it could have been prevented, to be honest, but what happened then is in the cold storage management system, there was a completely different transaction displayed, the original transaction that the signees wanted to do. But in reality, when they connected their ledger and they were blind signing, confirming these transactions to the smart contract, they were actually confirming a completely different transaction. And this could have been prevented by looking at the transaction through different interfaces. So if you have a compromised cold storage interface, right, because all signees, which is very difficult and highly unlikely, but it happened, if they would have, for example, looked at what they are signing through a different interface or through the blockchain smart contract call directly before finalizing the signatures, right? For example, through a privately developed interface that is screening the blockchain for exactly the transaction, right, that they are signing and interacting with, then it would have been actually noticed that they are signing something completely different, but they didn't do that. I mean, at the end of the day, their computers were compromised, so potentially they even looked at a different interface on their own PC, but it would have needed to be on a completely separate computer that almost no one knows about besides the key signees, right? Where there's a different interface to double check this transaction. Only like this they could have prevented it. But it didn't happen. They signed it, and it happened at the end of the day. And we saw a massive black swan fear crash, which has not really impacted the market all too much. We will talk about the charts in a second, as said. And for sure, we need to keep in mind that Bybit is a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company. They actually made billions in profit in 2021 alone. Billions in profit. So 1.5 billion is not a problem for them. They will easily cover it. So you don't need to be feared that your funds were lost or anything like that. I actually also had a very low 7-figure amount on Bybit, but all of these withdrawals went through already. So I'm all good. Yeah, not your keys, not your coins, right? The basic motto of cryptocurrency as always. But now let's talk about the charts. We talked about this hack now enough, and at the end of the day, not much has changed now. Everything is back to normal pretty much, and there was just a great amount of short-term fear, which I used to open up a long position. As you guys know, I also told you in my free Discord community. I also want to talk about this chart that somebody shared here in the Discord community in a second. But for sure, I also shared it in my posts here that I made a small update video yesterday evening, for example, for you guys about the Bybit Hack. Then I let you guys know that I opened a Sol long, that I opened a Bitcoin long, when I'm placing my SLs in profit. As you guys know, I'm sharing every single trade with you guys in real time, exactly when I'm opening it. I'm always sharing my P&L history. We had a lot of trades that we actually took over the last 48 hours. And because there was so much chopping, actually none of these trades were really successful. But you know what I'm focusing on. I always focus on not having a single losing trade, because it's only a problem if you actually lose a trade, right? As long as you don't lose a trade, you don't lose money on a trade, but it's not successful, it's fine. You didn't lose anything, you can just try again, right? But if you lose money, you will need to recover it. Now your next trade needs to be smaller in relation to your entire portfolio that you're trading with currently, and then it will get even harder, because you need to still stay in the same risk-reward ratio, right? And you still need to conduct the same risk management. So then actually your next trade is smaller than your old one, and it will take longer to recover your loss, and so on and so on. So this is why my focus is always on not losing a trade. And this is how we also traded up $35,000 to $300,000 in the last 4 or 5 months, with sharing my entry every single time, and even with one big fuck up where I lost $60,000. Otherwise, we would probably already be at $400,000. But there I did a big mistake. I forgot to place a stop loss. So yeah, that's how it is. Even happens to me sometimes. But now, if you want to get, by the way, all these posts, just go on Levex. If you have an account on Levex, just search for CryptoMo up here in the search bar. Just visit my profile. It's completely for free. Just follow me. And then you can also follow my live trade here, where I have my stop loss, when I'm taking profits, and so on. And you can get my additional posts besides my videos here also completely for free. So make use of that. But in general, guys, Bitcoin is in a very beautiful sideways trading range right now. And we need to break this to the upside 100%. If we are not breaking this sideways range to the upside, but we are breaking it to the downside, guys, to be honest, I expect prices of $75,000 and so on. Or at least the low $80,000, because also our USDT dominance would then get confirmed bearish. Sadly, the hack resulted in the USDT dominance, although it was breaking out so nicely as we expected out of this M pattern. The hack resulted in it shooting above support again. So now over the next 36 hours till our weekly candle closes, we want to see Bitcoin and the altcoins pushing higher, that the USDT dominance will actually close below, in the best case, the 4.45% level, as I also told you in my yesterday's video already. Because otherwise, if we will just remain at these current prices, first of all, we would not break out of this horizontal trading range here for Bitcoin, as well as we would close our weekly candle for Bitcoin not necessarily bearish. If we are closing it at these price levels over here, like the mid $96,000, we would close this weekly candle neutral. But the problem is that at the same time, our USDT dominance candle would close bullish, which is bearish for the rest of the market, as you guys know. And this would lead the USDT dominance to have a bullish close, which would then lead to the USDT dominance reversing, which will pull down all cryptocurrencies altogether, right? So this is why we definitely want to see more performance from Bitcoin and more upside within the next 36 hours. And how likely is that we are going to see this additional upside? It is pretty simple, guys. I don't see the likelihood all too bad. I actually see the likelihood quite high. Not only are we seeing this very beautiful sideways movement on Bitcoin on the smaller time frames, but at the end of the day, the hack actually didn't really destroy bullish market structure as it would look like in the first second. If we are taking a look at our falling wedge here, right, on the daily time frame that we have been keeping an eye on, you can see that Bitcoin now only retested the old resistance as support. So what do we need for a confirmed breakout? Correct, guys, we need to break above the old high points. Where are the old high points? $98,000 to $98,500. What is also at that $98,000 to $98,500 level? Yes, the resistance of our horizontal trading zone we are in on the 4-hourly time frame. So I'm keeping an eye on breaking this exact resistance to the upside within the next 36 hours till our weekly candle closes. And if that happens, we definitely can expect a very nice and bullish next week for Bitcoin. And the only thing that is in our way then, and this is sadly all the way up to the $100,000 level, are our few moving averages, 250.21 daily moving average. We are now retesting the 21 already, and then soon we will have the 200 and the 50. So we need to get above that for sure, right? To establish bullish market structure again. And if that happens, I think that our 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level this time will not even be a lot of resistance. I think that Bitcoin will very easily break through the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement in this case, as we then just pretty much left all very strong bearish rejection indicators and also support and resistance levels behind us. And the likelihood of Bitcoin then failing at the 0.618 is very unlikely, because our weekly candle will have closed bearish at that time. Our USDT dominance candle would have closed bearish during this. And why am I now still a little bit more bullish than bearish? Because the market is showing us some confidence. The market is showing us some confidence. How? Bitcoin is trading sideways, as I just showed you on the 4-hourly time frame horizontally, and Ethereum is doing the same. But Ethereum is actually not doing it absolutely sideways. No, Ethereum, although it was hacked, or although Bybit was hacked for $1.4 billion, guys, Ethereum is trading upwards. We see higher lows, which is very, very nice and bullish actually, that even though we saw such a massive dump and one of the biggest, or the biggest hack in cryptocurrency history, we still saw a higher low on Ethereum, although this was even the asset that was hacked pretty much. Not that Ethereum was hacked, but Ethereums were hacked, right? Worth $1.5 billion. And this is definitely a great sign of strength. So if Ethereum also breaks through the $2,770 level again, I am getting more and more confident, and I will most likely scale up my long position once again in the case that the USDT dominance closes below support and our Bitcoin weekly candle can close above the $98,500 level, especially because then we have a confirmed breakout out of our falling wedge. We have a re-establishment of bullish market structure by breaking our moving averages to the upside, and then we only have the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level in our way to reach on the weekly time frames. As you guys know, this is also the potential breakout target of this symmetrical triangle here, the $111,000 to $113,000 level. I probably think it will be $112,000 to $113,000, and this would also correlate with a very interesting chart that someone from the community posted, the Wyckoff distribution schematic. And to be honest, this is not unlikely, because if we're breaking out of the symmetrical triangle, we would reach the $112,000, $113,000 level. I don't think that we would go all the way up to the $120,000 level. It could be a quick wick with the weekly candle closing below, so we will need to be a little bit careful with the planned short positions we want to open there. But I will keep you up to date on that. And in general, we will need to hope that this kind of pattern, even if we see now this rise to the $112,000 to the $113,000 level, we would need to hope that this gets then invalidated, because otherwise this Wyckoff pattern is actually a very, very strong bearish reversal pattern if it would actually occur like this, and if we correct down to the low $19,000 again after wicking above the $112,000, $113,000 level, guys, this would be the sign that the bull market is over for now. Not joking here, by the way. So we definitely want to see that this gets invalidated. It would not be all too great for our HODL portfolio. But in general, we can prepare for it with potential trades, right? So yeah, if we're breaking this to the upside, I most likely will scale up this long position again, because I expect a very fast and quick rise to the $112,000, $113,000 then. But first, we need to leave resistance behind us now, and the next 36 hours will be very interesting and will actually show us if Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies are able to do that. Now guys, smash up a like, don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell, go on Levex. If you are signed up with a different affiliate link, it doesn't matter actually, but you just go, type in CryptoMo, you follow my account. It might be that I'm sooner or later also making it mandatory that you need to be signed up with my affiliate link. For now, you can just follow me for free. So make sure you make use of that, because you can not only follow my live trades, but you get all my additional updates. And I'm sharing every time when I'm entering a trade, closing a trade, always in real time. I'm always sharing my closed P&L. All my viewers know this. I'm the only one doing it. So Don't miss out, guys. It's just additional content, and it's actually, I'm sharing one-to-one what I'm doing when I'm trading, which is very rare, I think. But it's also very rare that people are profitable traders in reality. So that's also maybe a reason for that. But now, guys, we're going to see us in the next video. See you then. Bye. Bye.